Morning, morning, morning. Welcome back to another live trading session. And I'm here. If you look at the market is breaking down again off this key resistance line. This is a really interesting market structure that you can see, and it's trading with the trend. There is a significant liquidity in the market. There is significant volume as well in the market. This is, I'm trading for years now, almost more than 10 years, and I've never seen such a good opportunity in the market ever. So if you're not trading now, then probably you shouldn't trade ever, because this is the best time to trade. And for those who are in the group, so if you look at that, for those who are in the group, this is where there is a high probability. Level is a strong top, and we can see that there is a rejection. Now we left this trade in our London session opening. If you look at, and that was significant. If you look at that on London session trade that you have opened, and that London session open, that trade that you have opened has successfully moved to the TP, and I guess you were here. We've been able to successfully secure the trade, and the market has made its move along the way. Now, we use the trend, nothing else, simple strategy. Now, for those who own the premium, you already know that. And I have a great announcement to share with you, that how many trades does the hedging robot. Okay. This is, we have that the second robot that now came out. So it takes nearly to 3 to 5 trades. Welcome. Very stressful. Yeah, it reached for some upside near to the stop loss, but finally it reversed, right? It reversed to the profit target. Now, the reason is, if you look at this structure, this is an expanding triangular pattern, right? And this is an expanding, not even triangle, so you can say the expanding range, right? So when you see the expanding range, okay, this is the best way to say that. Because the market, what you can see, the price is maintaining that series of higher high and lower low. So it's sometimes it happens rarely, but when you see the expanding range, right? So what is range? When the market respect the same level and then return to the support and go to the resistance, this is a range market. So when the market expand with the range, that's an expanding range. Usually the sign of expanding range is a bigger move later coming shortly. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. Just observing the market, right? We had the trade that this is the trade had the profit target. And I have already shared the trade here, 120 pip. Now, looking for more. Always look for more. There are two ways that we can look. Sometime, the two of the most significant emotion, that human emotion, which is, being human means that you have those emotions, and it's very, very normal to have that, is greed and fear, right? So having more seems like being greedy. But in fact, do you know that in trading, what kind of emotion influence what kind of decision making? Let me tell you. When you open a trade, let's say you open a trade or anyone, okay, the trade is going to the profit target. So you sold the market has come here, all right, near to the profit target or little profit reached $100, 200 or 500 profit reach. The other trade that you opened here in the same way sell, but has gone to the near to the SL. Okay, now with this trade, when the market reach $100 profit, let's say your profit target is $1,000. When the market reach $100 profit, what kind of emotion a trader experiences is very important to know. Okay, what kind of emotion the trader experience when the market goes to $100 profit? Most will say that the traders experience greed, right? It's increasing the profit, so you become greedy. But in fact, the other way around. When the market goes to near like some profit reach, actually the trader experience the emotion of fear. That's very interesting. When the market is going to near to the, like let's say near to the stop loss or at the stop loss, and then trader change the stop loss little further, what kind of emotion trader experience? So you think that it's fear? No, it's greed here. That's where the interesting fact happens. So then when the market is going to the near to the profit or halfway through the profit or little profit reached, it's fear and greed here. So therefore we need to look at that as developing the trading psychology is the best way that you can do to experience and to learn and to grow as a trader. And which is okay, because you can't get rid of emotion, but you can master the emotion. That's what it is. The emotion will be there, but it's not gonna influence your decision making much more. Can this okay, it bounce off this level again, and I think this is where the market is potentially going to another possible zone that you can look at entry in this session or later, and off that level we will be looking at entry later today in this market. And if you look at from this support, the market is approaching that key zone here. So if you look at the market has reached that key level that you can see in this area, and this is from this support area, this is where there is 20 EMA retest, and the market has tested the both EMS. And what you can see this is where the market is trending, and whenever the price is going to the resistance level, it's getting a rejection. Now I would like to see with the current volatility what is happening with the current sentiment, and I would like to see here with the sentiment to see that overall market volatility. And there is the news has come out that you can see with the CPI, and the result on CPI is 0.4% on dollar, which was forecast 0.3%, but you saw that the result came out to be 0.4%. And for the maiden, it's the core is 0.4%, the forecast was 0.3%, and the maiden was 0.6% forecast, actual 0.6%, CPI which is the yearly. So you can see all those information here, how this gonna impact the market. CPI link. So the consumer price accounts for majority of the overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising price lead the central bank to rise interest rate out of respect for the inflation confirmation mandate. So therefore, three of these, like the overall outlook in the economy, that if you look at core CPI, CPI, and CPI, so three of them looks that this represents the strengthening on the economic activities. So because there is a strengthening on economic activities, how does that also influence the DXY that I would like to see, and also the oil price? So oil price has jumped back again. This is a very interesting. You can see that after breaking this low, oil price bounced back up, while if you look at the DXY also has bounced back up, right? So now this is another important fact that we need to look at. So when you see the DXY price, that's gonna tell you a lot, along with the gold. Now you can see the gold, we saw there was a drop. And what is the reason the DXY has bounced here? Can you tell me? You see, that's how looking at the fundamental will give you a better understanding of what is happening in the market, right? So if you look at that on the daily, today's market opened with a gap on DXY and had a bounce from this support level on DXY. And with this bounce, as the market has bounced off this level on DXY, that's the 4 sessions move. And we see the reflection of this on the data. So whenever the positive data coming, which is representing the strengthening of economy, usually in any currency, showing a better data means that there is a more confidence on the economy. And so when you see that there is a positive data, that means that more than forecast, which is showing the confidence on economy, and that usually increases the currency, the price level, the simplest way. So DXY has bounced, and as gold just goes opposite of DXY, right? We just mirror XAUUSD because this traded against dollar. So when dollar goes up, even without anything, gold will come down. That's the natural phenomenon. Sometimes it goes in the same direction. And also WTI up, right? So usually WTI, you know that oil price going up means few things. This will change how you look at the market. It's very important, guys. You see, sometime oil price might go up because of lack of supply, or oil price might go up because of the higher economic activities. You see, this is how the market really interpret the information. If you see that, let's say, very good positive data on economy, CPI is high, PPI high, non-farm employment change is high, interest rate high, oil also will go up. Why? Because when there is a higher growth, there is a higher demand for oil. Very simple way. More CPI means that more economic activities, more jobs, more salary, more buying. So the more product needed to deliver, therefore more petrol or fuel needed, more factory will open, so the more oil will be needed. So when there will be more oil will be needed, oil also will go up. So that's how simple data release will give you the overall market movement. Next time when you trade, keep in mind, when you see that better data on any currency, either dollar or Euro, USD, UD, GBP, if you see that the data came out to be more than forecast, you can expect oil to go up, you can expect gold potentially to come down. Because why? Simple. If dollar index push up, then gold is coming down, and then oil is to be potentially bullish. Unless there is another factor that we didn't consider. Let's look at that. That's complete picture, right? Not only technical, but also fundamental. So we discussed the fundamental, but we didn't discuss the emotion, right? That we discussed a little bit earlier. Fear and greed. Also, uncertainty. Okay? Market hate uncertainty. And that's why any kind of the news that creates uncertainty will have a reaction in the market. Right. So some of the news that absolutely the sentiment in the market is going to change or have an influence. I think one of the UK Starmer tells cabinet he is staying as prime minister. So this is one impact news. And US consumer inflation expected to have increased further in April amid Iran war. So we look at that consumer inflation. So I think if you look at that, inflation is expected to increase. But I think from the data, what we can see that there is a possibility. So now what we can see from the description, let's look at that. So is that why traders care? Consumer prices account for majority of the overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead to the central bank to rise interest rates out of reserves. Actual greater than forecast good for currency. Release monthly about 18 days after the end. So Trump says he will move to suspend federal government tax. He can't do it and so on. Okay. And JPY. So with the current market condition that you can see, USDJPY crashed nearly 100 pips that we have seen earlier. So the sentiment that what you can see here, this is an expanding range being made, and that expanding range that you can see on gold is basically, I think, this is a product of the current market movement. By the way, let's record our previous trade. And before now I go to the next trade setup, I would like to see that on how many members here in this live had the previous trade profit target hit. How many traders here? Iran war, oil shortage forced Japan snack again to use black and white packaging. Iran war, oil shortage forced Japan snack again. Snack, okay. Japan snack giant, okay. Snack giant to use black and white packaging. Black and white packaging. Yeah, there are many ways, like, the market has, like, there is many things has changed, will continue to change as there are some, everything has different aspect of many things. So there are very complex, you see the complex relationship on everything. It's very, if you look at the overall picture, it's going to be very complex to look at, right? Let's say there is rain, okay, rainfall, heavy rainfall. Now, how do you interpret that event? Huge heavy rainfall. And then there's a flood after the rainfall. There's a river that over flooded. And now, with this flood, there are some newly built house has been washed away by the river, gone into the river. Now everybody will interpret this is not a good idea. There was flood and everything washed away by the river. That everyone agree with that. There's some house been washed away. But what happened? Next year, there has been bumper crop. Next year, there has been bumper crop. For example, in those areas where there was a large area being flooded, the crops were growing to, let's say, 100 metric ton, 100 ton. Okay. But next year, it grown to 200 ton, double. You know why? Because when there is a flood, usually the fertility of the soil increases due to the new sediment coming from the river. Because the river bed is full of mud. And one of the feature of the land is that if you do crop, let's say one season you do crop, the other season you do crop, so the slowly the fertility rate reduces because of the fertilizer used in the land, and also the same crop you are using. So some kind of mineral is taken by, let's say you use the potato, you are growing potato, so the potato need a specific kind of mineral, and that is taken by the potato tree, and the land become more and more unfertile. So day by day it reduces its capacity to produce food, or the crop production drops. But when there is a flood, the entire soil become rejuvenate, like there is a new sediment come, new mineral form, and the land become very, very fertile again. So which one you're gonna look at? The 3-4 houses washed away, but 200-ton new crops grows, and now the price dropped because of that. So this is a very complex relationship, right? You don't know actually exactly what is going to happen for what. But what do we know? That when there is a strong liquidity grab in the market, we can look for entry. That's what we did in our previous session here in that area, that there is, if you look at that resistance level, we saw the market has moved back to that level where there is a higher area of value, and now the price has rejected back below of that level. Now for us to be able to sell this market, what we need here is extension. I would like to see the extension here, and once we see the extension, we are looking at entry in that area. So let's look at here. Now this is the lower time frame. Are you guys ready for an entry? Say yes if you are ready for an entry. Japan's biggest Chris market is stripping the color from its famous package as US-Israel war on Iran is disrupting supplies of petroleum derived printing material. Yeah, Japan's biggest crisp maker is struggling in color from her famous paintings. Yeah, so the war in the Middle East, that, you know, US-Israel war on Iran, or Iran war on US-Israel. So that, you know, we can say it many ways, right? Iran war on US-Israel, or Iran's war on Middle East. So either way, so that basically it's disrupting. Yeah, so anything that you could say that will have, you know, this is a normal supply chain that's gonna have a disruption. But especially like when you look at the market, you can see that it reflects always in that way, and that's the normal part of trading. And there is always, if you look at, can you count a time, for example, since 1900 till now, there is always somewhere something, and that's the best way, is to know that how to cope with that and then to trade accordingly. Funny, the crisp packets are now black and white because there is no link. Okay, by the way, we can look at here in this area to see that I think the market is creating a pretty strange the structure. This is forming a kind of head and shoulder that you can see in that area. So with this head and shoulder pattern formation, by the way, I'm preparing for an entry because the market is again starting to get a rejection of this level. Are you guys looking at? Let me know in the live chat if you're looking at here in that area. Thank you. So I'm getting prepared an entry. So it form now a clean head and shoulder in this area. And with this head and shoulder, looking for this price action to break that low here. And with, if you look at that, the price has again created an extension above. And off that extension, the market could here break that low further below in that area. And by the way, if you haven't liked this stream, make sure you do so, and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell. If you're not, if you don't want to miss all the trades and updates that I'm sharing in the group. Now here I'm looking at, if you look at, this is now here long bearish engulfer I'm looking at here for a pullback. We can look for an entry because multiple rejection of this resistance line here, and with that rejection that we are looking at this market to eventually break below here. I think the market is on the support and there is a significant drop, and we are looking at here for the price action to pull back to the upside, and that can create pressure in that area. And that back to back too narrow doji here. The market might here show further downside, and that's important to look at to see the price action to break that low back below. The market is in a very key area of value. Already, so here there is a significant drop, and of this drop that you can see in this zone that has created this structure. This is a key support area that you can see the market is approaching, and with this here resistance here, and also we can see support here, just on resistance in that area. And with this support here that we want to see the market is this break above can create a new trading opportunity here for us now, and I would like to enter from a very high probability zone before we look at that here in that area. Patience is key. We had a previous session was we were patient, and the market has given really significant move that you have seen in the market. entire move back down here to the support area, and then looking at here for the market to eventually break that high and then to return back down below. So this is still in a downtrend, and we're looking forward to see the market to trend back down in the support area here in this market. What can we expect from the US-China meeting on 14th? Can you share your opinion on that? What do you think? The market is coming to a very important support again, and it's at a downtrend. So here I will be looking at this market to fall back down below. Can you support on the US China? I think there might be some trade agreement, this kind of things. I got an idea. Who has better understanding of global politics? So there is a significant drop here, and it's still maintaining the downtrend, still maintaining that move. Usually, you know that those visits, they are sometimes carry a different kind of relationship or influence than agreement or anything like that, because you can't bind something with agreement. But imagine that, let's say you are watching my live session, right? Every day I'm also watching, but think that one day we went for a dinner, right? All those viewers together had a dinner, we didn't do anything but just had a dinner, had a party, music, dance, shared our personal hobbies and opinions, interest, and then came back. Next day when you will be watching the live session, it's gonna be very different than the day before we went to the dinner. It's gonna be very different because you're gonna feel that relationship and that connection, and that's the main purpose of this. The rest is coming, of course, we don't know because we are just here, but that's where it is, because when you build that relationship, that's gonna be everything become very different. Okay, so now let's look at what's happening here in the market, and this is the support area, and what you can see here, this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder, head and shoulder, and the market is here trending. We are looking at in this area, and I will be looking at an entry of this once we can see the market has shared that entry in this area. So with this move that you can see on the lower time frame, the market has managed to break that support entirely back below. And with this, okay, it's coming entirely breaking that low. This is one single move from this high to this low. And now I'm looking at here for an entry coming further lower, back down here to this support area, and if the market trend continues, we are looking at that entry opportunity here in this market. Okay, so we can see the price has broken the support. It's an expanding range, right, that you can see, and with this expanding range, it's an entire break below, and with this break we are looking at here for the market to go ahead and retest this level. That can give us a really good entry opportunity here in this market. We're getting some I think the price has entirely broken the support, and I'll be looking for a possible entry in this area here. And if you look at that move, this is the 4-hour chart, and there's an imbalance here that you can see after the rejection, and that can create this market to eventually break below further, and this is a current level of resistance line that you can see of this, and that's where, if you look at the market is going up here, that I will be looking at possible sell entry. We see there is a significant drop. Pullback here can create an opportunity for us. Are you guys ready for an entry? Breaking above this high, I will be interested to look for an entry, but you want to see the market to break this high here, though we might see a drop back below in that area, but want to see the market to go up and even cross here further back above. That can create really good opportunity for us to be able to look for that sell entry of this level here. So if you look at here, the 4 hour, the market has reached that the sessions level, sessions resistance line. From the 1 hour also has reached significantly upside here from 30 minutes. This is a pretty long rejection that you can see, but I think that's gonna potentially creating another opportunity. So if you look at in this area here, the market has now reached to a zone that where I would say this is the 50 minutes price action. There is a stronger reaction of this level. Now we could see that this is a complete if you look at that break below, and there is a 30 minutes candle closing in 2 minutes time, and I would say the market might have here after this drop, I would say this is a potential pullback, and I'm looking at now for a possible entry after this pullback, and I'm prepared. Are you guys ready for an entry here? So yes, if you're ready. And with this move that I will be looking at, because the market has entirely broken this support area, so I'm preparing for an entry, but I still not yet. I'm just calculating the lot size we might need here. So this is the second trade of today, and there is a massive drop here that I would say this a high probability to continue this move here, and off this level that I'm looking at in this area for the market to show its pattern back below here. So I'm opening a sell here with this setup with a stop loss, not many, only 137 pips stop loss here. If you're with me, make sure you like this stream. And doing risk management is very important. The trade anytime can go to the wrong, so it's essential that you keep your risk low. I'm using usually 1% risk per trade. Open another sale, and now sell. Okay, here is target is here, but depending on, even if we see crossing that low, we're happy to take. This is a downtrend, and I'm looking at this market to move back down here to this support area, and successful move can create another selling opportunity for us. Okay, it's start to drop, and I'm holding on to that and waiting for this market to eventually lower further here to create a new lower low. Thank you. That's awesome. So you see that there is a multiple times the market has broken this resistance line, and Sorry, this is an expanding range, and this expanding range that looking forward to see to break that low. And we see there is a, you see this is a 30 minutes candle close, which is a pretty large bearish engulfer that I'm looking to see this bearish engulfer to continue, as there is a multiple false breakout. If it successfully continue to drop here, that I'm looking to see long-term picture coming back to 4650. What do you think here? Do you think it's gonna drop to 4650? Share your thought and opinion. We have target the second trade that you have opened nearly 290 pip. I want to take this one as well with all of you in this live session to successfully complete this one as well as a live trade secured in profit. We can see here the market is breaking that. If you look at here, it's breaking the low and expecting it to continue to trend back down below to this support area to create a new lower low in this market. It's moving here back below. Maintaining this downtrend, and I'm looking forward to see that the market to drop back below to continue to trend here back down. Got back up. Sir, waterfall, that's what you're doing to it. See that waterfall? Once you see the market has done enough, like the liquidity grab, once it drops, we're expecting complete waterfall, right? As now 3 sessions open: London session, NY session, as well as I think Frankfurt, right? Now, did you like this stream? This is going to be a new way to trade the market. I'm waiting for this break below here from that resistance line. It extended above. There might some extension above. In case it's somehow hit the stop loss, we can re-enter at any point of time. But let's this one as well, like the previous one, for the best, because there is a fair value gap here. The market might try to hit that fair value gap, but I'm looking to see that this market, after creating this extension in this area, the price to revert back again. 30 minutes price action that if you look at, you can see that there was a sharp long bearish engulfer. That's a pretty strong bearish engulfer. Rejecting of that bearish engulfer can create a strong selling pressure below this level. A more pullback, potentially be another move. We see a 5 minutes candle close, which is also extension above, and I'm looking to see with all of you guys to see the market to revert again back below to create a new lower low. Here is the move. The price is trying to push back again. If it goes up to the resistance line, that's a different story, but we'll see that. Current reaction of this, and this is what you can see. So it moved up here and looking to see how the market react to that, to this key level. We're looking here for this rejection of this, and we are looking for this market to break below here and then to create. And you can see the market is, if you look at, it's almost halfway. And from this zone, if it successfully break that structure here, that means this is potentially going to be a fake out, and we could see the market trend to continue. From this high, the market is here showing that pattern, and we can see the price action with a pretty long wick. If you look at, this is a big long wick candlestick pattern, and that is creating the market structure to break that low. Now this is a, if you look at, that's a liquidity grab. That's a structure that might be breaking that low here, and we can see this is current level of resistance where the market has reached that resistance line, and we are looking at this price action to break below, right? So we can see the market to break below here, and we can see that break, and if successfully breaks below, as I mentioned earlier, the possibility for the market to drop well below here is very high. In the meantime, did you like this stream? Make sure you do so, and also stay connected by joining the Telegram. You can find link below this video. And you're looking at here from this resistance line. We can see that break below, and we are below this support area, below this entry, and we want to take this move. I think so. I'm really waiting for that. There might be a real waterfall, really, but the market has really. There might be. Yeah, this is, if you look at, you see this resistance line has broken many times, and every time it's just overextension and having a rejection. So there might be a very soon waterfall, because from the daily there was a rejection from the daily here, and followed by the market has created this move aggressively back below. You can see that this is the 30 minutes price action. The price has reached the 10 EMA and carrying the rejection of this level. That is creating this market to return again back down here, back below, and that might be the actual move that coming here in that market. And this is what I'm looking at here in this market to show its pattern back below. some music. It's not a day of. What is your TP? The same as yours at 4673.93. That's my TP here. Okay, it's creating a new lower low here, and you can see that significant downtrending move that has created, and the 1 hour candle close coming, which is also pretty strong bearish, and 30 minutes finally, if you look at, that's a large bear candle, and I think there is a higher possibility for a strong waterfall here in this market. And I think oil price might be pushing high. Yeah, oil price is pushing high here, so that might be oil price again going back to the upside, as there is a possibility for resuming the Iran war. That's what I think, that the market might be going back to that liquidity zone, and with the potential, the conflict begins. So if the oil price is going up, we can see that gold is here. If you look at that, it's in a downtrend, and we could see the market to continue to trend here back below in that area. So here is what you can see, the market might be coming here back below, and we can see that continuation, and I think the price eventually could cross that low and break that below to the support area. And I'm running in profit here, and I believe you guys also there. Make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Just waiting to hit another big TP, another big profit target, the second one after the London session, right? It's on the support area, and I'm still holding on to that, and I'm holding because this is a large candle on the 30 minutes, and I think there is a higher chance for the continuation in this market back below to the support area to create a new lower low in this market. That's a pretty bigger candlestick pattern, and I think there is possibility for another wave of downside movement here, and that can bring that market back below to the support area, and we can see the price action is showing the similar kind of market movement. Quite a few stronger liquidity sweep that you can see here in this market, and that could lead that price back below here to the support. So this is 30 minutes price action. We are almost nearing to hitting the TP, and I would still be holding. And there is a, if you look at that, the price action here, this is a, if you look at the overall move here, the price action has dropped well below, back below here, and from this level for the market to remain here, downside is higher. And I would say the price, there is a 4-hour candle close, and it's going back again, but I'm still on it because this market is still showing that potential trend continuation in this area, and that is where there is a pretty big red candle. From the 1 hour we can see also the complete break of support. Still holding for this the move here. Now this move might create what I think that another possibility. I didn't take the TP here. When you see sudden move, usually this kind of move return again. When the market moves suddenly, they usually return. So the market has crossed this high that you can see. This is the 5 minutes price action after this initial move, and it also grabbed the liquidity of this level here. This is the 5 minutes price action. So I'm still holding just for free paper. We didn't close it, but I think that might create here new trading opportunity in that area. Might need what I think that more liquidity grab in this area. This is after this doji here, the market has created this pattern in that area, and which is pretty interesting market structure that you can see here in that area. So here, if you look at here in this area, pretty long doji, that 5 minutes. If this 5 minutes candle not going to create a higher high, I would say that this market still very higher chance to drop again. I'm not closing it at halfway. It's almost nearly hit that, but I was waiting for the full TP and we were waiting on that one. So if you look at the 1 minute again, it's a sideway, and that sideway market usually it creates a momentum. That means that this is a kind of, if you look at it's a forming a parabolic projectile, right? So once the market gain enough momentum, we could see slowly breaking that low with the liquidity sweep in that area. The move to nearly 163 pip, and I have a very higher possibility for this market to remain in this direction here. This is the 4-hour price action that you can see the market after this move has dropped to that. Now for me at the moment, if once the price managed to break to the support area or below the support area or at support area, you can take the full TP here. And at this point, traders, I am if you look at that here, we from our entry, the market reached that level here. So prices revisited that level. We can see the market is showing that possible price action, and this is a very long consolidation that you can see. If you look at how you see the market has ranged here, it's a very extended range, and usually after this kind of extended range, expecting the market to drop further. And let me know if you are holding this trade or you have taken the profit. If you trend line break possible, what is it TP? 4 hour. What I think here, if you look at that, the market currently below both 10 and 20 EMA, took TP. Okay, anyone has taken TP or running in profit, or what's your status with the trade? I'm still holding on to that. And this market, to me, higher possibility, because there is, if you look at, you see from this support, the market has gone to that. This is the daily order block and has strongly rejected off that order block. Could come back here to this support again, and that's the key zone here that you can see. So the chances, took TP, holding trade. Are you full-time traders? I'm full-time trader for many years now. It's become very, very second nature for me. I'm full-time traders for many years. Full-time traders, content creator, live streamer, also trader. It's a passion that you do. Anyone here full-time trader? You can share your story or how you became a full-time trader. If not, that's fine. And I would encourage you not to become full-time trader in the beginning. You know, like in the beginning, there is a setback, and yeah, it may not work in the beginning. So better to be a little bit of, would say that, remain passionate. Approximately profit you took totally in your trading career. That's hard to look at. I had loss, I had gain, but if you look at that overall, you know, because it varies, right? It varies. So especially in the beginning of the trading, all loss, okay, and sometimes I gain, sometimes I lose, but overall loss, because sometimes big loss. But nowadays, you guys see that the actual track record. The best thing with trading is that, you know, once you become a successful trader, a profitable trader, it might take one trade to gain for the year, for the month, for the week. So if you look at, you know, because you need 1 to 2 successful trade, right, to pay for the month. And then, you know, even if you remain break even for the whole month, you're okay, right? That's how trading is. That's the thing. So in the beginning, there are some setback and setback. So if you are a beginner trader or trading not being successful, I would say that don't quit, don't stop, keep learning. There's always a business expense, and that's a part of trading. But anything worthwhile you want to do, you need some kind of learning curve, education, and then you become good at it, right? So in trading, it's more faster, and also it's just raw trading. So once you become a good trader, you press the button, take the trade, execute the trade. That's all. Nowadays, it becomes much more easier, right? Have you studied some of the old traders' biography? If you go back to like around 50 to 100 years, you need to go to a shop to trade. Okay, so pot shop. Have you studied some legendary traders such as the JC Livermore? Okay, so in JC Livermore's book, he explained how he used to go to the trade, right? So he used to go to the pot shop, and where there is a white or blackboard, sitting on the pot shop, raising your hand, and then buy and sell at the end of the day, like a, you know, like a video game shop. You go there, play, and then come back. And that changes to, from port shop to came back to the phone, right? You can, have you seen that phone here like this, rotate like the dial phone? Like you need to, there is a ring here, and then you need to dial it, rotate, and then you go to the ring, go to the exchange, and you said the exchange, hey, look, not broker exchange, like the phone exchange, and you say, can you plug me into someone else's number? And then they take a cable from that to, they put on the other side, and then you are connected. Also time is limited, right? So that time, that how these people traded, they call the broker exchange to place an order. You don't know how this order, sometimes you are on a queue because the market is peak time, your phone is not picked, so you miss the trade. And probably you can trade on max on daily chart during that time, right? Daily candle close, everyone is calling, the trade is missed. So now, and then from there came to the chart, right? So there is a chart. You can open a broker account, you can analyze the chart, you can place the trade. Still you need to call. Probably you now have a mobile phone that you can call, and probably your order feel faster, but still you need to call. And then came to online trading. Now you can place your trade directly from your platform, right? So that's another development. But it still is very difficult because if you want to trade on 1 minute, you need to sit, you need to take a trading decision within maybe 10 seconds. Now, come to the present moment. So it was a timeline, right? Now 2026. Now everything, you just copy paste, let the robot trade for you. So what is robot? Robot is not something, anything. It's just your trading strategy. You program it to run itself. So, or someone else's trading strategy, you took it, you copy paste on your trading, and then you let it run. And you just work or sleep, whatever you want to do. So don't miss out this version of trading, right? 2026. Now you need a split second to trade. You need a split second to open a position. I'm running in profit, and here I'm still holding, and I guess still we could see some pressure back below here. It reached near to the profit, but it bounced back up to our entry, and I'm still holding for this position for the market to sell again, sell off this level to create a new low. Although the price has got a reaction back to the upside, we'll be looking at how long we will be running, but still there is a volume. I'm running this now around 45 pip. Okay. Off this head and shoulder, looking forward to see break below. Let's see that how far it goes, and Okay, so here getting reaction here, which is a good sign of the market to trend here back below in the direction of the move, and we see the price action to from this high here to turn that back below in the direction of the trend. So you can see the market structure in this area creating series of lower high and lower low, multiple liquidity sweep showing the price action may here break below in the direction of the major trend. Maintaining the downtrend and approximate profit you booked. Okay, so bro, I'm keeping doing. I started, bro. What lot you're using now? It is and in starting which? Okay, so that's a very important question. The lot size is it will subjected or it's gonna be proportional or equivalent to your risk per trade. Now lot size is not fixed, it's very important unless you are using a strategy that uses the fixed lot. Usually lot size should be based on your risk percentage, right? And the stop loss peep. So each trade, depending on your stop loss peep, the lot size will vary. For example, if you are using 20 pip stop loss and your lot size is your lot size is one lot with 20 pip, for the same risk, if you're using 40 pip stop loss, then your lot size will become half. And there's a lot size calculator that you can use. There's a lot online, and also if you are in the academy with us in Forex Trading Wizard Academy, you can find a built-in lot size that you can use entirely from us. You can find on the group section. You can go back to the top of the group pinned messages that you can look at, and then you can use that to enter. So that's how you can use that lot size calculator and to find out based on your risk how much risk or how much you should be trading, and that's what you need to look at. Simple way. But if you don't have any of this, then probably try to create an understanding of approximate risk that you want to take, you can trade based on that. I think that is the best way to do that, so that your risk remain limited for each trade every time. Okay, so here what you can see with this trade, guys, we came here to from this entry to almost 77 pip. The market, the volume little drop after the candle close, but I think it's gonna pick up again, and the way the market is heading, but I think this is still high possibility falling market, and therefore I'm holding, and I guess the market should drop to at least to, market can do anything, but I think this move bring that market here at least to 4655 level, and then potentially to continue or go back again. And this drop even can come here. I'll not be surprised if it comes here. How many of you think that? I would like to see with a pool. Okay, what is your bias on gold today? What is your bias on XAUUSD? And also based on that, I'm going to use a level to see, do you think the market is going to drop to 4555 at the end, or you think the market is going back again to 4771? So I'm using two price level. Share your thought. For 555.00, or move up to 4770. Okay, so I've shared two options, and share your thought on this one. Give a little bit of light. Just make sure that you press the vote button and to see that what's your thought on that. And I see the market structure is highly bearish, and I'm still holding the trade, and I'm still holding in the same place that I have started this trade. That's a pretty stronger move that you can see in the market, and I would like to take that move. That is awesome. It's moving now. It's moving in that direction. I'm holding on to that. Cool. That's to me still downside, and I'm still holding, and one more rejection back below can create this market to drop again back to the support to create a new lower low in this market. It's almost there. And so the possibility for coming down is higher, that you can see. Possible waterfall, and almost there. Congratulations, the profit target hit. How many pip here? 190 pip. Hit profit target. Already, so can you share your update here on this chat? Is still holding or you're done? You're done for this day. 3 big successful trade since the London session, and I'm really looking forward to see more. Today is just the beginning, not the ending, because there is no beginning, neither ending, right? So then we will be coming on live again tomorrow in this live session during this London session and also during the NY session, both. Along with also we'll be trading, and I'm sending every trade in the premium group. If you really excited about this channel, making consistent growth every single day, don't miss out to join the channel. Telegram link below this video, and also stay subscribed for more update content as well as education. Done for the day. 2TP. Yes, we are here in this live session. I guess you guys have seen that. And I'm just updating the stats here, and this one is 190 pip. That's cool. And let's keep up. Stay hungry for the next one coming shortly. I'll see you there again in our next live or next trade setup video that I'm sharing in the premium group. If you're in the premium group, just coming an update. I will be giving full details of our next entry as well. So make sure you don't miss out. I'll see you there again trading live. Hope that you enjoyed. You had a good day. Stay tuned for this. We'll see you back again in the next